Little snapshot of my Johnson 500 I just finished working on. Everything's been cleaned up and functional, and it's quite a looker. You don't need that light. It's quite the nice little radio, and we did some of the work on the paint here. You can see my reflection in it, and then we clear coated it. Anyway, I got the whole thing working, and it's all doing its thing. Made a bunch of little changes to it, put in some more tube sockets. Sorry, tube shields. I replaced tubes in the audio section here. I also moved the VR tube out of the VFO and on its own. Since I'm not using clipping at all, I think that's junk, I got rid of the clipper tube and used the new socket space for the regulator, taking heat out of the VFO. In any case, got the whole thing running. It's got a 4400 in it. Drilled a bunch of holes around the tube socket, like, I don't know, 1/4 inch holes, probably 8 of them, and then I put a glass chimney over it so the tube's getting a lot of air now. I also closed up air gaps, like right here at this shaft, and along the side I wanted the air to come vertically upward, not down. And of course all these daggone little holes in the chassis, they're all venting air pressure. Didn't need to do that. So the RF deck's pretty much together. The power supply has had a lot of changes to it. I put in indicating fuses, so if I have a problem, they'll light up and tell me I got a problem. I solid stated the low voltage and the bias supplies. That increased the voltage quite a bit. 150 went to 250, 350 went to 450. So to knock that down, I put a bucking transformer in here. So now the bias transformer and the main or medium high voltage both have a buck on the primary, so it's only getting 100 volts. That seems to work out real nicely. I increased the voltage capability of the medium supply, put 900 volt capacitor on it, and then of course, Charlie, stop that. Guys are causing problems. Anyway, all new capacitors throughout the string. Checked each resistor to make sure it's right. Put a 100 ohm resistor in here to put on the center tapped ground for the high voltage. The high voltage was also made solid state. A lot less heat, and the transformers are running a little easier. So I did that. But the big thing I did was I could not stand the banana jacks on here. Banana jacks were just a terrible idea, because you have the high voltage and the modulated plate voltage coming out. And if you look at the original owner's activities here, you can see that thing arced over big time. So what I did is I put these in. These are not BNCs. These are high voltage BNCs. They're rated for like 4 kV. So that's a whole lot safer. Plus they really nicely lock in there. I color coded them to make them reasonable. And then that way the power supply is a lot safer. I did the same thing on the RF deck. Used connectors of the high voltage BNC style. So that's pretty much the whole rig. I have another one down here, which I'll be restoring next. This is another Johnson 500. Hello, Leo. And when I do that one, I'm also going to put it on 160 meters, I believe. Another little change I made here is I got the hinges off of here, the handles, and I put big ones on here. Now I can put my whole hand in here and easily manipulate this. This is about as much as I can lift. It's right close to 100 pounds. And that bias transformer weighed on me heavily because I didn't want to add any more extra weight if I didn't need to. In any case, the Johnson 500 is up and running. I've had 300 watts of AM carrier on it, running down to my little dummy load with a fan. And everything's coming together. It's a lot of fun. So now we just put it in its new cabinet, which has already been repainted, and we'll be set to go. Right, Leo? Wait a minute, you're Charlie. Okay. They're twins, same litter. Okay, 7.3, N4MQ.